Hey guys, it's Dion did Descendants, and right now we are about to do our top movie list of 2017. Uh, so let me introduce my crew.
What is up? I am Humanoid Freak.
What's up? I'm Gaz. I'm about to fucking sneeze. Hang on. Fuck
Blooper reel.
Headphones.
up, humanoid.
Bless you.
Wonderful.
You do it on goddamn blooper reel.
I'm Chance. What's up, guys?
All right, so right now I'm going to start off with my top 10 movie, Brawl in Cell Block 99. I believe it's a fantastic film. Vince Vaughn is in it, and it's about a guy struggling in depression, and the violence is so brutal. Oh man, it's just so brutal. That's why I say Cell Block 99 is my top 10. My top
Hmm.
10.
All right. So mine, number 10, would be John Wick Chapter 2. It carries on from the last movie. I only put it at number 10 and not number 1 because of some of the bullshit that goes on in there. Because John Wick is not basically John Wick from the first one. This time he's a goddamn Terminator. Keeps on getting up from shit he should not be getting up from. How the fuck do you survive like an oncoming car ramming into your fucking legs? You'd be broken legs there. But it's some good shit going on in this movie. Setting up at the for the third movie, which I was so hyped as fuck at the end of how they ended it that way, where he's gonna like take on the entire goddamn world in the next movie. That I wouldn't want to see.
Same. But no, so I'm just gonna list my top because I'm bad and I haven't seen every movie that's ever fucking come out. But this is in no particular order. These are just films that I really enjoyed. And I'm surprised y'all haven't mentioned it. If I had to pick one to be what I think was the best this year, I would say Logan. It's a tie between Logan and Wonder Woman.
Same.
Tie between the two of them. But in no particular order, my top were The Shape of Water. Fucking amazing film. I don't know if y'all have seen it. By Del Toro, who did Pacific Rim and Pan's Labyrinth. But it's probably one of the best. It's a love story, and I mean it's a sci-fi horror love story essentially, but it's really good. And it won a Golden Globe actually. I think probably I hope it's going to win an Oscar. But Shape of Water, Wonder Woman, The Last Jedi, Logan, It, Get Out, Atomic Blonde, and then the two that y'all are going to laugh at me for, Lego Batman and Transformers: The Last Night.
What's wrong with Lego Batman?
Transformers last night. God damn.
Wait,
Wait.
hold on. What?
Hold on.
What?
You liked the Transformers last night?
Oh,
Yes.
God.
Yep.
Oh wow. You explained
Oh, God.
yourself.
I actually really like Lego Batman.
Lego Batman is really
Yeah,
good.
yeah, I ain't got a problem with
Good Transformers.
Yeah.
Number one, because I'm a fan, and I thought out of all, what was this, the fifth one? Out of all five movies, this was actually the strongest movie. It had the most character development, had the best CGI, had the most. The plot was, I mean, if you paid attention, the plot was relatively coherent. But out of all of, I think all of them, it was probably the strongest in terms of story and character development. And plus, Optimus Prime is hot. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, he is hot. But also, fucking robot fights.
Remember when Dion said the Optimus Prime sucked?
Yeah, and I fucking want to still strangle him for that.
Yep.
But
Bubble. He likes
I
Bubble.
said y'all will hate it. Y'all are gonna hate. But here's the thing: I would switch it out for like Dunkirk probably. But I haven't seen Dunkirk, and I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, well, it's obviously because I haven't seen it. That's not fair, really. Judge a movie, and I know I would like Dunkirk, but it's different. So that's on my own. I have an honorable mentions list. Honorable mentions, like Dunkirk, Okja, which was the Netflix film. Those are the two honorable mentions for me. But yeah, Transformers last night I enjoyed as a fan, and I thought it was the strongest out of the series so far. I heard that the Bumblebee movie is gonna. It's like from what I heard, it's supposed to be really good. So, or it's in a good direction. But so that's mine.
Right.
Really? Right.
I feel okay. I'm just taking my turn. You know. So like Rachel, I don't think I've seen like a whole 10 movies this year. So I'm just gonna list out my favorite movies of 2017. You're probably gonna notice a similar trend with all the movies because I really only watched like one type of movie this year. So my favorite movies obviously Logan, Wonder Woman, Justice League, Spider-Man: Homecoming, Thor: Ragnarok, and Star Wars: The Last Jedi.
There's a theme here.
Yeah.
Really?
I didn't know. I didn't think you guys would know this, but yeah. But yeah, I like superheroes. I like nerdy sci-fi stuff. Yeah. It was like just like with Rachel, it's a toss-up between Logan and Wonder Woman for me. Logan had more of that dark, gritty, um, not quite apocalyptic, but that dark, gritty feel that I really like in movies. Wonder Woman was just like incredible in a bunch of different ways. Um, no, because Wonder Woman as a character, she was great. The fight scenes were amazing. Had a great story. So I have to go back and forth between which one I like better, but
To me,
yeah,
they're too different. That's what I tell myself. Like they're two different
yeah.
movies. But
Despite some of the backlash and divisiveness that Justice League has been getting, I enjoyed it a lot. It was very different from a lot of the other previous DCEU films, but I'm the type of person that can enjoy different types of movies. Like I can enjoy Marvel movies and DC movies and not get all caught up in the DC Marvel drama. And the Star Wars: The Last Jedi is another one that's been really divisive, but I applaud them for trying to do something different and trying to, not follow the same formula that basically every Star Wars movie has sort of followed up until now. And I know a lot of people don't like different and, something that departs from what they feel like should happen. I like how they made because the first time I walked out of the Last Jedi, I felt like everybody else did. I felt confused. I felt frustrated. I'm like, wait, this isn't what I wanted. This isn't what I expected. But when I saw it the second time, I saw it with a more open mind. Um, I really understood more what they were going for, what they were trying to do, how they made Luke, more human, and they made him a broken human character, and I really enjoyed the movie. I really enjoyed how they flipped the expectations for things that you would expect, like well, spoilers if you haven't seen The Last Jedi, but like there's this plan that Finn and Poe have to, save the Rebel fleet that everybody's expecting. In every other movie, it would be what they were doing would be, the right thing, but it turned out that they had completely fucked up and almost got the Rebel fleet destroyed. But I like how they, I like how they flipped that, and so yeah, I enjoyed The Last Jedi a lot. Well, that's just me. But yeah, those are my top movies of 2017.
yeah, I agree with you. My review of the Last Jedi was 41 minutes long.
Oh yeah.
Because
I didn't want to. Yeah, I didn't want to get into everything.
Yeah, I could sit here and talk for an hour about. I loved it.
Yeah.
There were things that I thought worked and things that I thought didn't work.
The casino scene didn't work.
The three biggest,
Casino scene.
The three biggest. The three biggest plot points were Snoke, Rey, and Luke, and I thought the way they handled all three of those worked in a way that made sense. But it, like you said, it didn't do what everybody was expecting.
Okay. Well, let me finish off my list. Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, Dion.
All right. So I have Logan, It,
Number 9.
Detroit, Last Jedi.
Where is Number.
Will you let him finish?
Yeah,
You let him
like you
calm
keep
down.
talking.
Say the number first and let us know.
He
You know what,
doesn't
I
have
don't
to.
have to.
Okay.
You can do numbers on yours, all right? You can have all the. You can even put them in Latin if you feel like it.
All right. Logan, It, Detroit, Last Jedi, Thor Ragnarok, Wonder Woman, John Wick 2, Get Out, War of the Planet of the Apes, and like I said, Brawl and Cell Block 99. I really love Logan. Logan was a masterpiece in itself. Ever since the first trailer came out, we was all hooked on it. And to see Hugh Jackman go as Wolverine is really sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
That's why yeah.
For,
Sorry.
oh, it's good. Go ahead. Go. You can say it.
I was going to say, just, I guess, getting into one of the biggest things. This almost has something to do with The Last Jedi, in a way.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the trends that, because everybody talks about expectations. One of my biggest pet peeves now, since Logan came out, was them talking about how they want to recast Wolverine. Who should play the next Wolverine? Is it, Tom Hardy's going to play the next Wolverine? So-and-so is going to play the next Wolverine. And to me, that kind of, defeats the meaning of Hugh Jackman's performance. And I guess as a writer, to me, it's kind of frustrating because Laura Kinney was made so that Wolverine could retire, and when he wanted to retire, and they could move on. Laura Kinney is Wolverine. She is the next Wolverine. That is the purpose of her character. And I guess, they're going to do the same thing with Iron Man and Captain America and all the heroes. And I'm worried that it's going to get so repetitive. And that's why I didn't put Spider-Man Homecoming on my list, because Spider-Man Homecoming actually made the least amount of money of any Marvel movie. And it's Spider-Man fatigue. We've seen the character 3 different times. Mm-hmm. And after a while, your audience is like, okay, yes, we understand. And even with the added, because they were really pushing it, oh, he's part of the MCU now, this is different, and I think as an audience member, and I love, y'all know how much I love Peter Parker. Spider-Man is my absolute favorite Marvel superhero ever. I've always loved him. So it was, I guess, it was lackluster.
Yeah, I kind of wish Spider-Man was a bit better, but it was a fun movie. It was fun, but it just wasn't as good as the Sam Raimi movies. It just wasn't. It didn't fit.
Well, it was better than Spider-Man 3.
Yeah, it was way better than Spider-Man 3. Screw that movie.
Would be better than Spider-Man 3. But do you know what I'm saying though with the fatigue?
Yeah, I understand because we see.
But now that I think about it, I am wondering what's gonna happen with Laura.
She's getting a movie. Okay. James Mangold, who wrote Logan, is writing a script right now for X-23. So, but that's what I mean when I say character fatigue. And that's what, if the MCU really wants to move forward, they're going to have to do that. And I know people complain, it's it's the social justice warriors taking over, it's the blah, 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 politically correct, whatever. But you can't have that forever, there are, Captain America is Bucky, or he's Sam now. Sam is Captain America. Jane is Thor. It's the evolution of a character, and usually it comes full circle. There will probably be another Thor in 50 years that's a guy with a with a fucking beard, but it's the evolution of a character, and it changes with the times, and as an audience member you can have to change with it, or if you don't want to change with it, you still have the original source material or the original films to go back to.
I'm not gonna lie though, I haven't been enjoying the latest Marvel comics.
Well, not comics, but just films.
Alright, the reason why I enjoy it is because it was creepy. Even though I'm not scared of clowns at all, Pennywise just had that little personality that be like, oh, I want to punch him in the face. At the beginning, he wow. hey there, Georgie, and all the other stuff, and they having a whole conversation and all this other stuff. You thinking it's all cute and cuddly until this boy, they just start laughing, and boy just get quiet out of nowhere, start staring.
Well, have you seen that goddamn clown?
Yeah, he that. It's not I've never seen the original It. I never seen the.
You've never seen the original?
No.
I tend to steer away from horror movies.
So when I seen this, I was like, "This is a masterpiece." And my favorite part of the movie was the projector scene. That John was just, everybody in the theater was just screaming. Like everything was just so confusing. For Detroit, I'll say, yeah, that was a fantastic film. It's very claustrophobic because you're just stuck in this one place and you wonder who's going to survive. And even though it's based on a true story, like John Boyega is a fantastic actor.
I actually wanted to see that movie.
Yeah,
he
I
came
forgot
to
about
talk
that movie.
during the film festival, and he talked all about film in Detroit and then like the difference between film and Pacific Rim and that, and then Attack of the Block, which was his first big film he did. He's 26. He's so smart. It fucking kills me how smart he is. Like I could sit and listen to him talk all day, but he's a cool dude. I think, yeah. Is he?
I thought he was like in his 20, like 21 or something.
Maybe younger than 20.
Oh,
He's 25. Yeah, he turns 26 in March. But a month. He turns 26 a month before I do. Exactly a month. But yeah, he's 25.
Oh wow.
And he's he's a very smart kid. So,
Right.
John Boyega, if you're watching this, I rep you, buddy. You cool.
All right, for the next movie, I'll say The Last Jedi. Yeah, Last Jedi was a masterpiece too. I really didn't understand why they killed off Luke. Like,
Oh, come on. You really don't?
I really didn't.
It's passing on the torch.
Bruh.
It was kind of disappointing that he didn't do anything like really, really cool before he died. But they gotta pass on the torch to the.
He can't do it.
I mean, you know what I mean. Like, kick somebody's ass or
Bitch
something.
about the entire time. It's like, oh, he's old. He didn't do anything. Like, yeah, he's old. What do you want him to do?
Well, the
It
thing
makes-
is,
Age
Like,
doesn't
Odegaard
really mean
dies, the
that
new
much
person-
to a Jedi, to be honest.
Yeah, remember Yoda? Yoda was like fucking 4,000 years old and was fucking people up till he died. However, I will say about Luke, one of the best moments for me in sitting in that theater was the moment when he was fighting Kylo and they revealed that
Illusion.
it was an illusion.
Or
I
Force
remember-
project.
Literally, because think about that. Because I know one of the big complaints was like, oh, Luke, he didn't fuck up the Star Destroyers like, it said in the comics he could do or in the cartoons he could do. But
Fuck the comics.
Hey, calm
no
down.
diss on Tyrone Magnus, but his review was kind of making me mad. So that's what he was talking about. He was like, well, I wanted to see Luke fuck everybody up. And I'm like, that's not the point.
Yeah.
That is,
the new guard takeover.
I would have liked to see him fuck somebody up, but
he did. Think about it. So think about this. He force projected himself to literally the entire Rebel Alliance and the First Order. So he Jedi mind tricked like 400 people at the same time. That's pretty fucking cool.
That's pretty badass.
It's not quite it's called a force projection. Yeah, I'm a Star Wars nerd and I know all the Star Wars force powers.
But I mean, doing that to that many people, that's pretty. And it reminded me of Obi-Wan. Like that's something Obi-Wan Kenobi would do. Like
I was mad when I watched it the second time because I noticed that he was holding the blue lightsaber when he was fighting Kylo Ren. I was like, why didn't I pick up on that the first time?
Right. Nobody.
Yeah,
I'm so stupid.
One of the other things that somebody pointed out is if you look at his footprints, you know how the planet they fought on was sand or salt?
Yeah.
If you look at his footprints, he wasn't leaving footprints.
Oh damn! I gotta go back and watch that.
Yeah.
That was another clue, but I
have
didn't.
to watch.
I was like, oh fuck, Luke. But
Yeah, I believe that was crazy.
I thought that was very smart and very, very a good fitting way for him to end.
Yeah,
It was an Obi-Wan Kenobi moment, and I was like, oh my god, Obi-Wan was so proud of him.
Was. Everybody else was bitching, but that's what it was, like an Obi moment.
That was Luke, like literally, because Obi-Wan died before he could ever see Luke, really grow.
Yeah.
And so I'm just thinking, like, what? Oh my god, Obi-Wan's like Force Ghost right next to him. Like, you can do it, buddy. I'm gonna start crying.
Yo, Disney, if you're watching this, make the goddamn Darth Vader movie already.
Right. They
have the
need to.
shit.
Ugh.
Then again, I could go on and on about the prequels because I'm actually rewatching them. One of my roommates hasn't seen Star Wars, so we're watching the entire all the
Just
movies
like
now.
yours.
Oh shit! You guys watch the originals? Damn.
Yeah, we're watching all of them.
Are you watching the originals, the one that was out there, bullshit that George Lucas imported later?
We're watching We're doing it in a
Watch
weird order. We watched A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back.
You gotta watch them in the right order. Watch.
Yeah, true. Revenge of the Sith is the Darth Vader movie, but
Yeah.
still,
God,
Even like the
why are we in
clothing
the
scene.
suit? I want him in the
I'll talk to y'all. I
suit.
could go on because I'm rewatching. See, I haven't seen the prequels in like 5 years, so I haven't seen them in forever. So I'm rewatching them now, and as a film student, it's so fun to just pick apart and like look and see like, oh, that works so well.
you know, if Jar Jar thing going around, like you
Oh,
watch it.
Hayden Christian is actually a pretty good actor. He just was not given the material to work with. The moment where his mom dies was fucking amazing. Like his acting was so good. And the moment where he carries her body back. But then and then like thinking about how like, oh my gosh, there's a reason Anakin Skywalker was so awkward. I used to attribute it to Hayden Christian's acting, but then I'm thinking like, oh, was this intentional? Was he?
The real problem really was with the dialogue, and that's more.
Yeah. Well, because I told my roommate this. I was like, if you think about it, so you think about Anakin. So he was a slave from day one, right? He was mistreated, abused, etc. So he never had any real social. He didn't have a real social upbringing. So he goes from literally that, having no social upbringing, to the Jedi Order. And the Jedi Order is pretty strict about, being a social person. They're like, no relationships, no whatever. So it kind of makes sense that he would be, like, emotionally stunted. And, like, kind of have the dialogue and the impulses of a child because he never grew up.
Yeah,
Sorry.
oh, that reminds me of...
Anakin.
That actually reminds me of that was actually one small little gripe I had with the Last Jedi, is that when Luke was talking about the failure of the Jedi, I wanted him to talk more about that, because I've actually talked to people about that before, how the Jedi's own strictness and their own creed kind of
there's a whole
set
thing.
themselves up for their own destruction, really.
And there's like one of the other great things about the prequel to me is Palpatine. So
Palpatine might be the best thing about the prequels.
Oh yeah, well there was a whole debate. How old were you when were you old enough to see the prequels when they first came out?
Yeah, I saw them when they first came out.
But so nobody knew that he was the Emperor?
I think we could all tell.
Well, no, from what I read, there was like literal online debates because he did such a good job of separating Palpatine from the Emperor that like people were actually writing like essays and like character studies because they were like, he did such a great job.
The first movie, yeah, you could probably, but with the second movie, I felt like, especially with the scene at the end with the clone troopers and like the Imperial March kind of going, that kind of confirmed it.
But yeah, so that and so there's a lot about the prequels that I like really like. And one of the other things that's funny to me is like, this is the last thing I have to say about Star Wars, is like, if you talk to people, it's very interesting because those same people who say, I hate the prequels with all my heart and soul, if you ask them who their favorite character is, they will say somebody who was conceived during the prequels. They'll be like, I hate the prequels so much. They suck. Nothing good came out of them. Who's your favorite character? Mace Windu. It's like, So
it's funny because I enjoyed Revenge of the Sith. I enjoyed some parts of the Phantom Menace. I still will, I'll still like say that the prequels weren't all that great, but
no, they definitely weren't. But there was a lot of it's one of those things where it's not a black and white. This is so bad.
I'm definitely glad. I feel like I'm glad that the prequels exist because a lot of like cool Star Wars lore came from the prequels
and cool characters like Kit Fisto, fucking Mace Windu, Grievous, Darth Maul,
Qui-Gon Jinn.
Qui-Gon was a fucking bitch. Anyway, I'm kidding.
Oh. Okay.
But okay, we're done talking about Star Wars. Y'all can
right back to DS.
Okay, right back to maths. Okay.
You can just cut that out and just put it in a separate video if you want.
Yeah, it's all good. All right. Next is Thor Ragnarok, because I didn't really like the first two Thor movies. They were boring to me. They
sucked ass.
No one did it. No one liked the first two.
But when Thor Ragnarok came out and it all starts off with humor, like, I love that. I love the humor in Thor. It reminded me of Guardians of the Galaxy, the first one, but better. And
Whoa.
I'm not saying Thor Ragnarok is better than Guardians of the Galaxy. That's dumb.
Oh no,
I'm just saying
no,
that
dude, it's better than Guardians of the Galaxy. I agree with you.
Hell no.
it's not better
It's
than
way
Guardians of the
better.
Galaxy.
Yo, hell no.
Thor Ragnarok is way better than Guardians of the Galaxy.
Hell no.
Here's my thing with Thor Ragnarok and Guardians. They are so similar in content. So they're so similar and so vanilla that you could not distinguish the two. There's nothing special about either films. That's why they feel so much alike.
Yeah, no, like that's what I'm saying. Like they feel so similar. I love the action. The story was good. Seeing Hulk talk, like actually have a conversation was
That was weird.
that. No, I actually like that because I want to see.
That's
like,
how he is in the comics.
Yeah, I want the Hulk
Yeah.
to actually have a conversation, like not just the big dumb Hulk smash and all the other stuff. Like I want Bruce Banner to actually control the Hulk, and you know.
I did enjoy that they actually made Thor feel strong and not like a giant bitch like he's been with the rest of the MCU.
Yeah, he gets taken down by a shock, even though he's the god of thunder.
There's a big giant punching bag.
All right, next up is Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman, yeah, that was good. Like Chance said, the action was great, crazy. The story was great.
That
Everything was
scene
good
in No
about it.
Man's Land still gives me chills, man.
Yeah, oh my. She just said, screw it. She just went all out there. Like, that. All right, let me start
Can I
thinking about it. Oh, well,
I'm glad that y'all. I'm saying this. I'm glad that Wonder Woman is making rounds as being a powerful film, and I'm just gonna say, as a woman who has grown up with superheroes and has never seen pretty much any superhero film, you know, that was prominent and decent, where there was effort put into it, where there was effort put into the costumes, the detail, and
directed by a woman.
director that really wanted to tell this story and actors that really wanted to embody the character.
mhm.
It's Wonder Woman is
What?
very important to me.
You didn't like Catwoman?
We don't talk
Oh
about
my god. That,
so I just want y'all to
Oh,
talk
the
about
worst.
like be conscientious of that, because that's never happened before. I know it sounds insane, but that has never happened before
In
I
TV,
know.
up until now.
Wonder Woman's always been one of my favorite superheroes.
Mhm.
You say it hasn't happened
As
before.
a female, that was very empowering, and empowering to a lot of other women and girls who had never seen themselves on the big screen before.
You talk about the big screen, but what about the little screen TV? You got Buffy the Vampire Slayer, though.
That's a little bit different. That was, yeah.
She was badass in every way, too.
She was badass, but I mean like superhero.
Are you gonna really compare Buffy to Wonder Woman?
Yeah, no, yeah, you can't really.
I'm just saying TV screen, though. Because everyone's saying, like, I've never seen a woman kick ass so much before, and I'm thinking, like, okay, there's Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
I don't think it's kick ass. I think it's
I think it's
super.
more
I mean,
about
it's
being
be in the
big
same
movie.
league as like Clark Kent. You know, be in the same league as Green Lantern, or be in the same league as Thor, be in the same league as other superheroes. You know.
She didn't say Batman because nobody's in Batman's league.
Yeah, nobody does say Batman because she could kill him.
Oh.
She could kill most people, but I love Batman, so I feel bad. Well, Bruce, we all love you, Bruce. You're still loved.
Okay, the last movie I'm gonna say, because this is a long ass list. Get Out. Get Out was really freaking crazy because it was kind of unexpected, but then again, the trailer showed it all. Seeing the black man scream, like when he took the picture of the black man, he just started going off. That's what got people like, oh shit. Like everything in this movie was so trippy. That's all I gotta say. Cause whenever the lady has the spoon and the cup, that's when shit started to go down. And when he went in that sunken place, that was the best scene for me. It wasn't the guy that was running straight towards him and then turned the other way. It was the sunken scene when he just goes through the chair and then it's just full of black.
Am I the only one who heard sucking scene?
I did too.
Okay, just making sure.
good. It's
But
chunky.
go on.
Well, anyways, when he was in that little dark scene or whatever, that's what got me like, wow, this movie is amazing. And he couldn't do anything. It was like he was in sleep paralysis.
Paralysis.
Yeah, paralysis, whatever.
What did you just
I was gonna let it go.
Yeah.
Did you say paralysis?
What?
Yeah, sleep paralysis. That's what it.
Well,
What do you
anyways,
say? Humanoid?
What's your list, humanoid?
Okay, so this is my list. Okay, I said 10 was John Wick, and I said why.
Sorry,
What? What was that?
that was me burping really loud.
Oh, okay. Number 9, Kong, Skull Island.
Still need to see.
I forgot that came out in 2017.
yeah, I seen that.
Like I saw that movie, not expecting much, but then I went in. I go like, "Holy shit!" They actually showed the goddamn thing.
Kong.
You actually showed the giant thing in the daylight, because every other monster movie you show them fighting in the goddamn dark and you can't see shit.
Right.
Let's not talk about Godzilla.
Godzilla.
Godzilla, because that piece of shit movie. Don't get me started on that.
Oh,
It's like, no, but yeah, you actually get to see the fighting and like a bunch of different monsters in the daylight, which was pretty cool.
in the daylight. Hey, you have to admit, the scene in Godzilla where he comes into the airport and it gets like dead silent was pretty fucking cool.
Well, yeah, you see them about
There
to fight, then
There
it
were
gets
good
off.
scenes in Godzilla.
The
There's some good
just-
scenes. The thing that pissed me off the most about that movie is like they're about to fight and then all of a sudden they just cut away to some bullshit.
And they like showed it in the news, like sort of like, man, you
I want
know,
to see these fucking people fight.
boy, you know.
It's one of those movies where like I can sit here and pinpoint each individual shot, like like sequence that was amazing, and then the rest of the movie's just like what?
Also, I love Samuel L. Jackson just having a fucking boner for this
Oh
guy.
my
Trying to
god.
kill him.
He was basically Moby Dick.
It's like, I must kill this Kong person. It's like, why do you have such a hard on for this guy? Because.
Hey, did any of y'all see Baby Driver?
Yeah, I see
Yeah.
Baby Driver. That was good.
Okay.
That's
Yeah,
another one I
I
wanted to see, but didn't.
Did you just say stick his semen in him?
Whoa.
I said that's another one I wanted to see, but didn't.
Oh my god.
Pulse.
It's good to know what your mind is on.
Yeah, shut the fuck up, Chance. I thought you were talking about semen.
Oh.
Speaking of
Oh.
semen, has anybody seen Alpha?
No, what about Alpha?
No.
Okay, so number 8 on my list. Number 8, Justice League. It's okay, not the best. It had its problem. Like the CGI of Cyborg was just bullshit, but I grew to love it. No, I didn't grew to love it. It grew on me because I just couldn't get over it. And then like a bunch of other stuff, like Superman at the end, just coming and just helping out the Justice League when it should be the Justice League all doing it at the same time and not just one guy.
I mean, but Superman's like almost stronger all put together.
True, but
I didn't-
Justice League fights together, not just one guy comes in at the end.
They did it together. Just calm down,
They
man.
did, but then Superman did the rest. Like the final thing, he
Wonder Woman broke his axe, didn't she?
He was supposed to cut his head off. She was the original killer, but they were like, oh. I'm not going to talk about Justice League because I have so much anger for what happened behind the scenes with Joss fucking nigga that I don't want to talk about it. They did Snyder dirty.
I will say this. I did enjoy Justice League, but Batman told about 3 too many jokes.
yeah.
Yes, thank you, Joss Whedon, for that shit.
It wasn't like really Batman. He was like Bruce Wayne,
Because
real
the
Ben
whole
Affleck
thing-
being Batman.
Right. The whole thing about Batman is he's supposed to be humorless and serious.
Exactly.
And, like every now and then he'll tell a joke, and then it will throw everybody off because it's like, wait, did Batman just tell a joke?
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
that
when
would
he's
be
Because
quipping the entire time is kind of
Definitely something's bleeding. Something's bleeding.
I think that was the point where I was like, okay,
Or where he goes
Josh,
like, I know you
Josh,
like
please take a step back.
And you know what pisses me off is everyone's like, oh, Snyder chose him. Snyder didn't choose his bad nigga. It was Geoff Johns and Warner Bros. That chose him.
Yeah. Well, there were some good things in that movie, like when like Flash freezes time and you got that Superman thing going on.
Yo, when Superman looked back at him,
God,
oh, shit.
I was like, shit.
Run, Barry, run!
Fuck, Barry, go, run. Okay. Also, the villains look like shit. What's up with these DC villains that look like shit all the time?
Have you seen any Marvel villain? Come on now, you can't. Have you seen Thanos?
No, see, no, this is all stemming back because he's still mad about Ares and his gosh darn mustache.
Oh, I'll get to Ares.
Let it go!
I'll
It's
get to
okay.
Ares. Number 7 on my list is It. Considering I've seen the original It from back in the day, because Pennywise the Clown, played by Tim Curry back in then, he was like a lovable clown, but still scary as hell, but he was more lovable, more goofy. This clown, on the other hand, holy fucking shit. He was not goofy. Sure, he looked goofy, but he was scary and shit. And he actually had people floating in his movie, which the first movie kept on saying, they all float down here.
Okay, so as somebody who's seen both, which one did you like better?
I like the recent one because you get to see more fucked up Pennywise, people actually floating. Oh, it's basically more like a bunch of shit going down that they couldn't do in the TV version, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I feel it.
Also, I read the book too. I'm so glad they didn't have the gangbang scene
Oh
in
my
the movie.
goodness! Why you bring it up?
Don't bring up the kid orgy thing. You're doing so fucking well, Humanoid.
No, people must know this because in the book, if you read it,
they really don't.
there's that one scene in there you're thinking like, what the fuck did I just read?
Oh.
You know what would have been better? You not bringing that up ever.
Yeah, true. But fuck it. Anyway, number 6, the Lego Batman movie. Fucking genius is all I gotta say.
Lego Batman movie was fucking lit.
Yeah. It's like it took all the cliches and put them into like one funny ass movie and everything. Oh my god, just go watch the movie. It's just hilarious from the
I missed so many movies in 2017. It's crazy.
Yeah. All I gotta say is just go watch the Lego Batman movie. It's like every joke hits home. Every single joke. All right, number 5. I would say Power Rangers. Not
I
surprised.
still don't see that. Shit. Okay, listen, y'all can't shit on me. Listen, y'all can't shit on me about Transformers. This isn't gonna put Power Rangers. All right.
I burnt out of Power Rangers like 15 years ago.
Yeah, I ain't even watched it.
That was always. But this Power Rangers, like, they shows, like, I liked it because, like, some homages from, like, the original and stuff. Except for one thing that just pissed me off from the entire movie is, like, they completely stopped the movie to do a goddamn Krispy Kreme commercial the entire time.
What?
It's like, yeah, they stopped the movie completely. It's like they go like the MacGuffin of the whole movie. The whole thing takes place in a Krispy fucking Kreme.
Oh.
So whenever they say like, oh, we must find this crystal thing, where did you hide it? At the Krispy Kreme. Why the Krispy Kreme? Because it's a Krispy Kreme. And then the fight takes place around the Krispy Kreme.
I guess they must have sponsored the movie.
Yeah, they sponsored it. Like, came out with donuts after that.
Okay, that's another thing Transformers last night, the 5th one, did pretty well, is they didn't fucking over-advertise shit.
Really?
Fuck, yeah.
This is Michael Bay we're talking about. Tell me
No, they did a good job of not over-advertising fucking everything like they did in the last movies.
Oh, so, shit.
It was like, wow, see what happens when you don't focus on heavy advertising? The movie actually, isn't shit.
Like, even a villain had to stop fighting and just go to the Krispy Kreme and eat a goddamn donut on screen.
Oh my God. What's the next one, Humanoid? This is making me mad.
All right, number 4, Wonder Woman. Love this movie. Really great seeing a woman kick ass on screen, like what Rachel said. But like I said, the one thing I don't like, god damn it,
God.
Aries at the end. Okay, I like the actor.
It's like 6 months later and we're still talking about this.
All right, the actor who plays Ares. I like the guy. He's a good actor. He was perfectly fit role in this movie, like during the entire movie. He was really good as a civilian. But then you find out he's a god. He's a god. And he still looks to God.
Remember, guys, gods can't have mustaches.
And he's an old British man. You would think he looked like a young man because he's a god. You like get rid of your human form and go into your god form. But nope.
Why does
Rachel, I've been trying to get to the bottom of this for like 6 months now, and it was like,
Like, I'm
I don't
supposed to be
know.
afraid of Monty Python over here beating the shit out of Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Come on, an old Brady man. Like,
I'm trying to formulate a
throw a cup
response
of
to
tea
this,
at
but I
you?
can't.
Yeah, I give up. You're right,
See, I
Sino.
thought
The
it. I thought
mustache
that.
was shit. There you go.
Okay, let me give you a narrative explanation. All right. Typically, Ares, he's older than one. He's older than Diana. So, right off the bat, he's older than her. Like, just
Yeah,
just
I get that.
he's older than her. Also, recasting or casting another actor to play Ares would be stupid. They
I
don't
wouldn't cast him. I'm just saying CGI his face because they can do that. Like, make him look.
Okay, they
So,
did that with
everything-
Superman, and look how that turned out.
Dude, if they can make Robert Downey Jr. look young, why can't they do it here?
Robert Downey Jr. looked young for about 30 seconds.
For real.
Then there was a whole movie of Tron. It was that Kurt
Okay,
Russell guy. That was a young Kurt Russell.
Humanoid, the answer is no. Okay, the answer is no.
God damn it.
What's your next movie? God damn it.
All right. Number 3, Spider-Man: Homecoming. Man, I just love this movie. It's like, at least we didn't get a backstory this time. We just went full in, knowing what we're gonna get. Also, Michael Keaton as a Vulture. It was pretty awesome, except for him being a daughter of what's her face. Made no sense. And it kind of fucked me up that Flash was this jock dude instead of Flash was a nerd instead of a jock. That kind of fucked me up a bit. I don't know why, it just did. But I enjoyed it. It was a pretty good movie because I love Spider-Man.
I felt like MJ or whatever she is, whoever she's supposed to be.
Fucking Mary Jane. That's the other thing that pissed me off about that fucking film.
She was trying way too hard to be like edgy, and I was like,
just fucking make her Mary Jane, dude. Nobody fucking cares. Like, I don't understand. Her name is Michelle. It's like, just do it. Just do it, you fucking cowards. Do it.
Her name was Michelle. That's what it was.
Yeah, because there's the people who are like, oh my gosh, she's Mary Jane, and then they're like, no, she's not. She's Michelle. I'm just like, just fucking make her MJ. Damn, you pussies. Because everybody was like, oh, she's black. We don't like black Mary Jane. So Disney was like, oh,
Racist.
we don't. Oh, she's Michelle.
Yeah, next Superman movie, he's gonna go out with Louise Lane.
Played by Gabriella Union.
Oh, God.
What happened?
That's kind of an upgrade. I love Amy Adams. She's hot as fuck, however, but if
Yes, Amy Adams is fucking fine.
you got Gabriella Union,
I'll give her a 7.
I'm not saying that that's a downgrade.
Well, what happened to Gabrielle Union? She was so fine.
Wait, what was? Was?
Is I don't know. I haven't seen her in forever, so I don't know.
She's still fine.
Oh, good. Okay. All right. Number 2.
She didn't like.
Next, what's your next movie?
What?
What even is this anymore?
Where's Dion? Did he leave?
No,
Yeah, I was just about to ask that. Okay.
all right.
What's
Number 2.
2?
Thor Ragnarok.
Spider-Man Thor over.
God damn, this movie, like, it set up like there was a Planet Hulk storyline in this, which was pretty awesome. And basically the entire movie, though, but like, there was a lot of comedy in, though, that kind of threw me off, but still, it's really good.
Planet Hulk movie.
What?
Scar and all that.
Oh yeah, I just shit my pants.
Ew.
What?
Okay.
This video is going downhill.
That's what I'm telling you. We need to. Okay, hey, subscribers. Yo,
All right, number 1.
stop, humanoid. I'm talking. We're gonna we should do like a podcast, guys. Like, tell us if you want to do like a podcast. We can like rotate it because I want to do a podcast on my channel and Dead Descendants. Just because podcasts are cool and people listen to that shit. So if you want to do a
podcast right now.
Basically a podcast.
oh
This is
god,
basically a podcast right now.
yeah, if you want to do a podcast.
So what's your number 1 movie, humanoid?
Number 1 movie is Split. Yes, I'm surprised as you are, but goddamn, that movie was surprisingly good.
I don't understand how M. Night Shyamalan is still alive.
I know.
Mainly because you make a movie like The Last Airbender and then make a movie like
Oh, please
Sixth
don't
Sense.
talk about the
Last
last
Airbender
Airbender.
was
I
terrible.
Like he
loved
made
that show so much, and then
did
he
the
took my
Sixth Sense.
heart out.
He did the fucking Sixth Sense. All right.
Yes, that was a good one.
Fuck, do you do that movie, which is a fucking masterpiece,
Signs.
and then do fucking
Signs.
you do fucking The Last Airbender? Like, what happened? Did you have an aneurysm? Like, what?
I don't know if I
Devil
don't
movie?
know if I hate the Last Airbender more or Dragon Ball Evolution more.
What about Devil, where you have to spend the entire time in a goddamn elevator?
I didn't.
We
Or
seen
The
it.
Happening.
That was I liked it. It was good.
The Happening, right?
The Happening.
Oh.
That's what he did. That was terrible.
He did that one, yeah.
I genuinely hate M. Night Shyamalan because I love Avatar: The Last Airbender and Legend of Korra, and then he made that movie, and part of me died that day.
Yeah. I don't like M. Night Shyamalan because he does some bullshit stuff, but fucking hell, Split just surprised the hell out of me. Even like James McAvoy did a fantastic job just doing acting like 4 different characters, like having a split personality and doing all that stuff he did in that movie. Holy shit. And then like going at the end where he turns into whatever the hell that was.
Yeah, I saw the trailer for that movie, and if I wasn't a giant pussy and watch horror movies, I probably would have gone and seen it.
It's not really a horror, it's more like a
Nah, I'm
thriller
good.
or something. It
I'm
was like
good,
there's no
man.
jump scares. It's just like fucks with your mind.
I'm a good fan.
I don't know. I didn't talk about Atomic Blonde, but Atomic Blonde was actually really good.
Man.
The
Oh, yeah, I
fucking
remember
fight
we
scene.
did a reaction to one of the trailers, and I was actually kind of interested in
The
that.
fight scenes are amazing.
Mm.
Like, oh my god. Like it's so gritty. Like it's not, no CGI, no fancy, I mean, they're just beating the shit out of each other. Like Charlize Theron is just going ham. Like hitting people with fucking baby toys and shit and beating them with lamps.
Baby
Sometimes
toys?
you just gotta beat somebody with a baby.
She gets like one of the the xylophones that like kids play with?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're just in a fight, like in the middle of it. They're just using everything and beating the fuck out of each other. It's fucking lit.
I just got the
No
movie.
music,
so
there's
thank you
no
for telling me.
music in the scenes when there's like music in some, but like 2 scenes towards the end, there's like no music and they're just beating the fuck out of each other. And I'm like, that's what I like. And it all looks like it was done in one shot, like one camera shot, so it's fucking good. It's a good movie.
Yeah, I enjoy that when they do the fight scenes and it's like one shot.
Mhm.
Or at least looks like one shot.
Yeah.
Rather than, MCU with 50,000 cuts for punch.
And it's also just raw. I mean, it's a fight. Like, it's one of those where it's like, that's how a fight would be. Like,
Yeah.
so.
Alright, so we were about to end this off.
No, we got the worst to do now.
What?
Are we doing the worst too?
No, we're not doing the worst.
Hell no.
No, we're not doing it.
This video's already like 50 years long.
Yeah, like we good for right now. But anyway,
we can do that later.
Yeah, some other time. I'll let y'all know when. Well, yeah, this is actually pretty good. I actually love hearing y'all top videos. You know what I'm saying? Top movies.
What was that?
It was me.
Oh.
What happened?
She burped.
Oh.
Yeah, again.
How you burp like that? All right, but anyway.
Take a shit. I told you. Wrap
more
this
like a
shit up,
hiccup.
Dion. Goddamn.
Okay, all right. Guys, please leave a like, share, and subscribe. And y'all say y'all outros.
All right, peace out, people. End the video.
Bye.
Oh.